you had to have known this was coming. We're in the age of the internet where a lot of us are exposed to just about every single thing, even things that we don't want to see, because algorithms and things being shared to us, right? But right now, what's going on is this word gooning, and I don't know if you know what that word means, but it's pretty much it's in the same territory as NoFap. It's the same thing as that. And what's going on is there's a lot of content, there's a lot of things being pushed to us, to men, to women on the internet that's causing people to fall into these urges, fall into these habits, these self-destructive habits that aren't going to yield them any good results. And of course, there's going to be people that say, "Hey, this helps to relieve stress. This helps people feel better. This helps them feel not feel so lonely." But if you really think about it, at the end of that result, what happens? You go back to the way things were before. You're still gonna feel miserable. You're still gonna feel lonely after that. That's the whole reason it's so bad. That's not the whole reason actually. It's the dopamine aspect of it. Ask yourself, when you engage in this, how much time do you waste? How much time and energy do you waste? And when it's done, what happens? You feel sluggish, even the day before. And trust me, I've been there. I've been there. Days after, I still felt very sluggish, very tired. I couldn't communicate with people. I couldn't connect properly because all I'm thinking about is how tired I am. That can't feel good to you. That can't feel right. That doesn't I know you know deep down that there is something wrong with that. But you've gotten into the habit, you're so deep into the habit that you can't stop. Except you can. You can't stop. Let me tell you how bad it really was for me. So there was this one time, I was it was I had met this girl. We had been talking for a while, and leading up to that, I had been engaging in that activity. I had been gooning, right? I was gooning even the day of, sometimes with her. So we were hanging out one night, and we decided to handle business. And guess what? 10, 15 minutes in, just like that, just like that, he stops, looks at me, and goes, "What happened? What went wrong?" And I'm just over here like, "Oh, I don't know. This doesn't usually happen to me." And I started thinking to myself, I'm in my 20s. Actually, at the time I was 19, my 20s now. How did this happen? How there should never be a point at 19 where that happens to you. There should never be a point. Did my brain get so desensitized to this stuff that a real woman can't even do this for me anymore? Did it get so desensitized to the point where I'm gonna allow this to ruin my relationships, ruin my interactions? Guys, I'm sure so many of you watching have had this happen to you before. You've had that embarrassing moment happen. And most people, most of the time when that happens, you're not getting a second chance. So is self-pleasure that important to you where you can't even keep yourself and your partner excited? That doesn't make sense to me. It's never made sense to me. And when that happened, I started to think to myself, okay, this needs to stop. This is a problem in my life, and I knew it was a problem because the more you try to stop, the harder it becomes. The more you try to stop, the more challenging, the more it gets shoved into your head, the more you notice stuff on the internet that's trying to get you to do it. And another problem, like I said, it drains you mentally, it drains you spiritually, it drains you physically. I notice I have so much more energy when I'm not doing this. I can talk to people better because I'm not thinking about that all day. I'm not feeling that shame. And when it comes to confidence, excuse me, people say that, oh yeah, I get heightened confidence when I do this. And I can confirm that. You know why that happens? Because when you're doing something like this and you know it goes against your values, you know it's wrong because why else do you close your door? Why else do you try to hide it? Why else do you open these incognito tabs? You know why? Because it's wrong. You're not doing that to watch anything else. You're doing that because you know it's wrong. And when you go against your own values subconsciously, you know that this is not you. And when you go against your own values, that tells me and it tells yourself that you don't even know who you are. So when you interact with people, they also get the sense that you don't know who you are. They don't know exactly why they get that from you, but there's something you're doing that's telling them, hey, this person is confused about who they are. They're not sure of themselves. People don't view people that aren't sure of themselves as confident. So when you stop doing this, you get more in line with your values. You believe this is wrong, so you continue to not do it, and that piles up every single day. And I'm not even about counting the days, right? I'm not about counting the days. I'm just saying day by day, confidence is the memory of winning. So when you're doing things like this, when you're every day you're going without doing it, what's happening is your confidence is piling up. And then you can start taking that energy and time that you're wasting doing that and taking it to doing other things like going to the gym, uh, working, anything, putting it into relationships, social interaction, learning how to be more sociable with people. This is not gonna pour into you. You're gonna pour into that, and it's just gonna take from you. There's no benefit. The more you pour, the more it takes. The more of your energy you pour, the more it takes. The more time you pour, the more it takes. It's not worth it. It's not. Don't allow yourself to fall into these habits. If you have to click, especially on Instagram, guys, just hit not interested on the videos. Hit block if you need to. Block the account. Hit not interested. Continue to wash this up. Cleanse your palate. Trust me, you're gonna feel so much better when you do this. There's now you have nothing to hide. No skeletons in your closet. You can finally start to become closer to that path of purity. That's not a pure path. I don't care what you say. It's not a path to purity. You're watching stuff. You don't even know the backstory of these videos. Anything could have been going on to get these videos filmed, and you're just mindlessly watching them all because you feel like you need this pleasure. You need this moment. You don't need this. Find a real, that's not the whole reason, but you should be finding a real partner, forming a genuine connection with them rather than engaging in these self destructive habits. They yield no results for you, whether you're a man or a woman, because a lot of people don't even realize. I know it's mostly focused toward men, but women do struggle with this as well, and it can affect them. I wouldn't say just the same because I don't know. I'm not a woman, but if there's any woman watching this, you can let me know if I'm accurate. That it does affect your mental health for sure, and it could affect your relationships. Like me personally, if I had a partner that was doing that, I would, let her know that I'm not okay with it, and I'm willing to help her work through it, just as I would expect her to do the same for me. Work through it and wean off of it, because it's just like, hey, you're watching these people in private when you have an entire partner. You're watching someone else do something like this. This to me, it's cheating. It feels like cheating. It's something that shouldn't be done. So whether you're a man or a woman, you do not listen to anything else I've ever said on this channel. Please stop gooning. Stop. It's not worth it. There's nothing you're gonna get out of it. Short-term pleasure, long-term disappointment.